Juhu.
Yoo-hoo.
Eller boo-hoo.
Hi, this is Jesper from Forsound. We are at Copenhagen, and we're gonna have a little chat with this new from Slipknot.
Det sidste år.
So how are
Jim.
you?
I'm tired. But good. Everything's cool. A lot of flying, a lot of hotels, a lot of arriving at hotels.
Ja, nå, nu hører
After flying overnight and
Jamen,
getting into your room at
det...
Nå, det er ham, sådan, der ser ham ud. Jeg synes, jeg har set ham i
the
bussen.
sun's basically always up.
Yeah, it's a long day. It's
It's,
really nice. We're gonna talk a little bit about your signature equipment. Of course, as we can see here, his Fender signature model,
Jeg
the
vil...
Telly.
I have a telly here.
And that's you call that number 2?
This is this is probably number 3, I would say. Yeah, actually, it says 3 on the back.
Nej, let's you really
Mark my tech is label everything in terms of which ones I go for, and this
Det
probably because it's
det er
a
jo heller ikke
probably
langt.
one that I don't go to that often. But this is one of the first prototypes. They sent me 4 prototype ones when we were first talking about doing the signature model.
How come
And
they
this
don't
is
send me any fucking
one of the early
prototype
ones.
Ja.
Yeah, because it's funny, we talked about it earlier, you will normally see the white one
Yeah.
on
And
interviews, but this black one is...
And now that we have, we've got 2 different stage setups. We've got an A rig and a B rig. So my number 1 white telly's on our A rig, and I don't think that set is here today. I think we're on our B rig today. So,
Det der,
yeah.
jeg
So that
godt
one's probably
lide ved
in
ham.
France.
Det der,
Yeah, I've been liking the way the Strat's set up in A. We have 2 different tunings, a drop A tuning and a drop B tuning. So for whatever reason, I've been using the Strats for the A tuning a lot lately, and then I try to, when you have 3 signature model guitars from a company like Fender, I try to play as much of all of them as I can.
the
But
studio.
like since the Telly was the first one, I like
jamen,
to
det er
kind
jo
of say that
derfor,
earlier on.
at jeg lavede til
Like last, the
interviewet
Jazz Master,
fra
because it's
Inside the
because I
Nine.
just really like the balance and the
Inside
feel of it.
the
I've been playing
Nine.
that a lot.
Ja, Jim Rock.
Inside the 9, det er 7,5 minutter. Nu vel. Hvor gik jeg galt i byen før?
Så skal du lige springe det der reklame-shit over.
Nu er TDC Privat og UC blevet samlet til et stærkt UC.
Ja.
Goddammit.
Ja. Nå, men altså, han har bare en ybermåde at sige ting på.
How many people are buried in back of your house? Have you achieved everything you wanted to achieve?
No, there's not enough time for that.
Period.
Period. I think I could probably be the most successful person on earth in music, and I would still probably not feel like I've achieved all I wanted to. You know what I mean? And I think that is part of what keeps you going. You know what I mean? And part of what maybe keeps you valid. You know, I mean, if we were to put out records and think to ourselves, oh, this is the greatest thing. We're still great and we're the greatest and this is awesome. Then that's bullshit. You know what I mean? That's
And it would come through.
and it's not true, and it would most likely be very contrived, and it wouldn't be real. And I think part of the realness in art is always striving for that thing that makes you better or helps you evolve musically or artistically.
If it did end tomorrow, would there be any regrets about things you wish you'd done differently?
No, man, you should never regret anything. I mean, I don't think. I mean, if you have regrets, then that leads to a lot of guilt and a lot of more mental problems. I think. The only thing you can do is look back at the past and look at what you've done and learn from it. You know, I don't regret anything I've done. I mean, yeah, I've made some really bad decisions along the way, but that's what you do, and you learn from them and you move on.
Prøv at dufte det. Nej.
The mass is not so much of a marketing. It's not a way to sell kids more shit.
No, I mean, honestly, I hate wearing that fucking thing. I can't stand it, and but it's the moment leading up to putting it on that I can't stand and I hate. Once it's on and I'm on stage, I forget that it's on. It's such a second skin that it doesn't affect me anymore.
I want to go down the list,
Okay.
and just in your words, what each of these people bring to the band, or
I'm not doing this.
no.
No.
When you're on the road with the band, what's the most frustrating thing about it?
Finding privacy, probably. You know, you give all that up when you're on I mean, you give it up when you go on tour anyways, but then when you're on tour with a band of 9 guys in it, then, you know, forget about it. The only privacy you get is if you climb in your bunk on the tour bus, or if you're lucky enough to have your own hotel room on a day off, you know.
Fucking hell. Yeah.
How has Slipknot affected your personal life?
I nearly took it.
Wow. What personal life? You know,
What personal life?
I mean, it's hard to say whether or not that's Slipknot or just me. You know what I mean? I mean, you're really in control of your own personal life. You know, as far as relationships and friendships, like, you know, things like that are concerned. People come and people go throughout your life. Whether or not that's Slipknot's fault, I can't say. You know.
Overall, you're definitely somebody who's got a very kind of, I guess, free will oriented outlook. Like it's up to you.
Well, I kind of always have had the mentality that I just want to be able to not have any baggage, so to speak, like to be able to and maybe it's like just not wanting to be responsible, not wanting to grow up or anything like that. I've kind of had this like waiting for life to begin sort of mentality, and maybe it began a long time ago and I just haven't caught up with it yet, but
in some ways it feels like it hasn't begun yet.
yeah, I mean, I'm still waiting for, you know, that thing to happen to affirm, okay, now it's okay for me to grow up and feel responsible or this or that, you know, and to me, I'd just rather be able to, at the drop of a hat, leave if I wanted to. If I want to go to Italy, I can. If I want to go to Japan, I can, you know, and there's something that's very liberating about that feeling, even if it can be lonely at times.
I'm sure.
And what constitutes tour lag? What are the symptoms?
How does it manifest itself? With anxiety, I think. You know, when I come home, I'm pretty reclusive. I usually don't leave the house. It's a lot different from how I imagined it. You know what I mean? People don't really realize how much work does go into doing what you do as a band.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, had this happened to me when I was a lot younger, I probably would have fallen on my face and failed miserably. But since it's happening now, I think it's a lot better, and I think it happens for a reason. You know, when it's time. Otherwise, it's really easy to let it get out of hand and to possibly even throw it all away. And when I had the dream of doing all this, you know, I used to think, oh man, I want to be famous and be a rock star and get out of here, you know. And we've been doing this since '99, and I'm still here, you know. So it's home, you know, and nothing's ever going to change that.
How would you describe like the difference between Slipknot in 1998 and Slipknot now?
I would say the Slipknot in '98 was very infantile. You know, it was kind of like learning how to walk in a way. And there was a lot of emotions, mainly rage and anger, that were, you know, manifesting inside that,
Rage and anger.
the animal of Slipknot at that time. And I think now it's more like it's more
Way back.
like maybe somebody who's just become aware. You know what I mean? All of a sudden they're aware, and they still have all that anger and that aggression, but now they know where to focus it. But that's not to say that the next album won't be like going back towards the direction of Iowa or even heavier, you know? And that's another beautiful thing about Slipknot, is it could do whatever it wants. It could go in any direction, and nobody even knows what direction that would be, not even us for the most part, you know?
Not even me.
Nå,
Nej, der kommer en anden en nu.
Nathan vil jeg ellers godt høre.
Nej, ja, det kommer garanteret, fordi
Nej.
vi kører sammen.
Det er kun med Jim.
Mm,
Kun interviews med Jim.
ja,
Det er det, der kører.
okay. Nå, det fucket op alligevel.
Og skrive Joey Jordi,
Så
så...
er vældig lidt, nu brokker den så.
Ej,
We're jinxing it. Lidt til at ske noget der. Og så. Og så tilbage.
bare skrive Joey Jordi,
Der man
så...
se, der er ikke noget, der er ikke hul igennem, den faldt lige ud. You jinxed it.
Jamen, det skal jeg med gang. Det er dog første gang, at jeg gør det.
Yeah. Happens all the time, right?
Ja. Det vil jeg godt tro på.
No, now what? Funk. Ja, jeg postede også op et eller andet i går i min brænder, så jeg fik måske være.
Det ligner der.
Om jeg bliver tændt på en idé, og så kan det ikke holde kæft.
Nej, men det er også fedt. Det er bare en god ting.
Nej, jeg sidder og hører timevis af denne her gut der, hvad fanden hedder han? Jared Taylor. Og han siger, at det betyder, at vi havde en ærlig snak om race, altså.
Ja,
og så flipper folk fuldstændig ud.
Altså, det der med racespørgsmålet. Den der i Tyrkiet, i Nice, det er der godt nok noget om.
Altså, det er bare det er demografien, det handler om, og så ved du hvad, vi er ved at dø af fucking, hvad er det nu, hjælpsomhed.
Ja.
You know? Nå, har du ikke nogen steder ved at lade mig lige dø, så kan du flytte ind her.
Ja.
Og sådan bliver det, så er vi sgu ligeglade med vores egen race, jeg ved det ikke, jeg er ikke. Jeg er sgu da stolt over at være dansker, og jeg er herfra mine rødder, you know, all that bullshit, som jeg går og fyrer af, ikke?
Ja.
Fuck it. Hvis den vil fandme have penge af mig, altså, så kan den sgu rende mod røven. Det er sgu råd til.
Ikke længere. Det har vi grød til.
Men altså, den kommer og går nogle gange. Altså.
Nå, du kan også søge.
Ja.
Bare søge efter et interview.
Se, Albertslund, den er på, den er
Ja.
på, den er god nok.
Du kan bare søge derinde. Det er præcis det samme.
Jamen, det ved jeg godt.
Fordi Googles søgemaskine, den er bedre.
Ja, jeg vil prøve at høre. Tys. Hvad var det, han hed?
Joey Jordi.
Nej, vent i det. Jim. Det var Jim Root. Ja.
Ja, det var den første.
Jamen, vent i det. Jeg skal lige tilbage til ham. Jim Root.
Here is some information about Jim Root.
Ja.
Yeah. Also known by his number 4.
Ja.
Is an American. What the fuck? What does that say? James Donald Jim Root, also known by his number #4,
Yeah.
is an American musician known for being the rhythm lead guitar player for the heavy metal band Slipknot and the former lead guitarist for alternative metal band Stone Sour, Wikipedia, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Born on December 2nd,
Yeah.
1971. Also known by his number 4.
Yeah.
But why is his name fucking number 4? Okay, that other article was just... No, okay, let's hear his fucking signature Jazzmaster Fender thing.
Det er god musik.
Ja, well, I wrote noget af det, så tænkte det er ikke noget, jeg vil styre ud og købe, men okay, sådan er det ikke.
Ja. Potato,
No, this is taking a while.
Ja, åbenbart.
Fuck. Nå, hvad sker der nu?
Ja. Men det tager tid. God tid.
I've been infatuated with guitars, with Stratocasters, with Telecasters, with Fender guitars, Charvel guitars. I mean, that whole thing since I was a child. I mean, my earliest memories
Den skal bare have noget i.
are of rock bands and influential guitar players. I mean, from the time I was like 14 when I got my first one until I got into my first bands when I was like 15, 16 years old. All the way up until now, it's been the constant in my life that has never changed. I was totally stoked to even just have the Strat because, we came up with the compound fretboard radius and the different contour on the body and all that stuff, and it's killer. I love my Strats. They're amazing, and they're a different animal from the Tele, which makes it valid, because it's just a little bit, variety to me is the spice of life. So Alex sent me, just out of the blue, he sent me this white Jazzmaster with a flame maple fretboard on it, and it had my signature specs. And I was like, this is interesting. And I kind of blew it off because I was so into the Strats at the time, and I was in Iowa and I didn't have all my guitars with me. My guitars tend to get spread out sometimes because of the
guitars
bands,
with me.
Some will be with
My guitars tend to get
spread
out.
Shipped to Australia
I
or
need
whatever.
beer.
But I didn't have enough guitars with me to do all the tunings that we had for Stone Sour, so I grabbed that white Jazzmaster and took it to rehearsal. I did the entire rehearsal with that guitar, and it felt so comfortable. It completely changed my opinion of that guitar. All of a sudden, that instantly became my absolute favorite guitar. I started blowing him up. This guitar is awesome. You need to make me a black one. I want a red one. I want to do this. I want to do that. And I had all these ideas, and we just started throwing ideas around for months and months and months. I'm in Slipknot, okay? We tour a lot, and there's a lot of things getting thrown around on stage. If I had a really shiny, beautiful custom paint job that was just really amazing, it would get destroyed within a matter of months on the road, What I like about these finishes is they're very simple, they're very roadworthy, it's classic to me. They lend themselves to taking on the characteristics of the player. Very quickly, it'll start to show you where you like to rest your arm, how you grab your volume knob, how often you're down here messing with the pickup selector, if you're up in here a lot, it'll start wearing in right there nice and good, and, it really starts taking on the personality of the player. It's a big, giant, heavy Jazzmaster because it's mahogany. I love mahogany. It's just a really great tone wood for recording and for live. For the heavier music that we're doing, I don't need all that brightness and brilliance, and that's part of the reason I shied away from the maple boards a little bit. They'd add a little bit of a snappiness to the top end that You know, for engineers and producers, they tend to want to dial that stuff out a little bit because everything has to sit in the mix a certain way.
Everything has to sit in
So we did mahogany just as we did, and it's got a weird contour. It's not as contoured as a regular Jazz Master. It's very thick and boxy, kind of, but it still has like the belly cut and, you know, the arm cut. You know, so it is still comfortable, you know, while it's hanging off you on stage. Did the EMGs too, and I went with the brushed aluminums on the black guitar, because it looks killer, it kind of pops. One volume knob, of course, three-way selector, like I like, keep it simple. It is really just a stripped down, modern guitar. Compound fretboard radius like the Strats, so you can get the action right down on top of the frets if you want. Jumbo frets, ebony board, rock maple neck, locking keys. It's got the contour of the neck heel, so you can reach, and that's the other thing too, is you can really reach that 21st fret easy on this guitar. You know, like sometimes the tellies and the Strats, it's kind of hard to grab 22 and bend it up into happiness. But easy fretboard access, and it's a tone monster, you know. I love these guitars, they're just amazing.
thirsty. Slipknot.
Ja, ja.
Fuck. Ja, se, det var en plan.
Må jeg høre et nummer med Slipknot,
Lad os bare få den.
der hedder SNUFF.
Snakkes.
Ja, var sådan op.
Ja. Hvem er det, der synger derude?
Det ved jeg ikke.
Fuck me, man. I shouldn't have smoked that crap.
Det siger du jo hver
Yeah, I
dag,
know.
ikke? Så altså, det bliver mere og mere trivielt at høre på.
Ja, det er det. Men så er der, når jeg hører på det.
Nej, det er også svært at lade være.
No, blow my nose, collect some bottles, go get a beer, klokken er 6 snart.
Ja, men det var også det.
Ja, jeg kan bare gå herop og vente på en fucking bus, så slipper jeg for at gå.
Ja. Men, okay, hvad er det, der sker for
Hvad er
mennesker?
det her for shit, man? Kom så. Something's going wrong with YouTube, but the other one was working. I wonder how that could be.
Ja.
Nå, sluk for det lort der. Nå, man lavede det op.
Ja,
Sig noget.
må jeg ikke ryge færdig?
Nå, ja, selvfølgelig. Bare færdig. Nej, det var bare for getting my shit together. Jeg er vant til, at den bare stopper og lige hørt den, altså.
Jeg ved, hvad du
Yeah, that is what is going to have to. Oh, that's an idea. Jeg kan gå. Jeg tænker på, at jeg får en bjællig fucking overskud eller en eller anden crap for dem. For banken. Scheiße. Det var som satans. YouTube vil ikke starte.
Nej.
Jeg ved ikke hvorfor.
det ved Gole. Gole. Ja, det er TV, den virker heller ikke.
Ja, men hvis den ikke virker, så virker det hele ikke. Men
Jo, den virker.
så er det Google, der er noget galt med.
Ja.
Nå, hvad fanden skal jeg spille op i noget musik? Den passer her et eller andet sted. Holy Christ, somebody's been asleep at the wheel. Nå.
Jeg kan godt se, det tager på dig.
Der er selvfølgelig ikke en skid der. Og en skid her. 4 til 4. Super. Oh, fuck. Oh my goodness. 1, 2, 3. Up. Hvad fanden er det, der ligger der?
Hvor?
Jeg har givet mig en ny på.
Nå,
Fuck.
det er da meget nice.
Nej, men altså, der er ikke nogen, der har sagt noget om det.
Nå, jeg har set den et par gange.
Har du?
Ja,
Hvor fanden henne?
det
Skulle du ikke her?
jo. Lige der i køkkenet.
Jeg ved ikke, om det kan tænkes, at jeg har købt sådan en i graner. Og så glemt det.
Det vil jeg tro.
Stjal min fucking sidste pilsen i går, tror jeg.
Det ligner ham.
Han begynder altid at ryge et drik lige når vi er allerfattigst alle sammen.
Ja.
Vores planet, se nu live. Supsk. Så.
En amerikansk bisonhan vejer omkring 1000 kilo. Om sommeren er hannerne fede og i god form. Men det er kun nogle få, der kommer til at parre sig. Hvilke nogen bliver snart afgjort. På jordens tempererede sletter er sommeren tid til vækst og forplantning.
Og det vil de ikke snakke om.
Nu blomstrer græsserne. Der kommer også nye farver på stepperne. Blomstringstiden i nord har sit modstykke på den sydlige halvkugle, og intet sted er den mere betagende end på den sydafrikanske græssteppe.
Så vil jeg også gå på en glas vand.
Men det er ikke alle tempererede stepper, der er så frodige og farvestrålende om sommeren. Sådan ser der ud om sommeren på den tibetanske højslette, der er den højst beliggende steppe.
Jeg ikke bor der.
Men selvom forholdene er barske, kan her vokse græs nok til, at de vilde jagtokser kan klare sig. Livet er hårdt her, selv om sommeren. Temperaturen kommer sjældent over frysepunktet, og luften er tynd. Har også usædvanligt tørt af en bestemt grund. Himalaya-bjergene.
Oh God, I can't remember the word.
Den store bjergkæde blokerer for regnskyer sydfra, og derfor er der meget tørt i Tibet.
Nå, det er derfor. Ja, altså, jeg putter ikke helt en fucking time med det her bullshit på tuben derovre. Det er for svagt. Det er, men det tager fucking forever, mand.